All
And
right, cool. All right, welcome everybody to our Tuesday night skill level. Tonight, our lovely diamond coach, Melissa Bell, is going to be talking about how to prospect like a pro. And she has every right to teach on this subject because she's been coaching a little over 2 months. And she's helped I don't even know, probably 35 people at this point. Her numbers just keep climbing. She's amazing. So Melissa, take it away. Ta-da!
all right. So give me a second. Let me share my screen. Is everybody seeing the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so basically I've titled this, and for the ladies that were on last week, I apologize. It's kind of similar, but I just added it and beefed it up a little bit. So I titled this Recruiting Like a Boss. And as you can see, it says built on self-success, because that's what it is, right? So this is your business and you are the boss. So you have to just have that mentality. So I put the crown on there because when I'm handling my business, literally, like, that's what I'm visualizing, every aspect of it. So what you want to do is you want to start with the setup. So before I went into this, I sat there and, assessed my Facebook, and I realized that this is something I want to do and I want to be successful with it. So before I even got into it, I made sure that anything on my social media was going to help me in the future. So I built up a lot of rapport because I was very transparent with my journey. So from day one, what people were seeing before I even was putting out there that I was into the business, they were seeing, okay, this is, look at Melissa, she's doing something, what is she up to? She's, posting these inspirational and motivational things, like what's really going on with her. And if you were to look at my social media, I very rarely put anything about a product because I don't want to scare people away. Because you never know what type of preconceived biases people may have against, Beachbody, and without giving them an opportunity to kind of learn what you have going on. I'm not a salesperson, and it works for me. Another thing is that I'm very consistent. So I post at the same times pretty much every day. And it's almost like it's expected. So I'm East Coast, so I'm up pretty early and I do my workouts in the morning. So as people are waking up and checking their Facebook, guess what they're going to see? They're going to see a picture of me, sweaty, just finished working out, something motivational, something inspirational that's going to, be positive and start their day off right. And if I miss a day, believe it or not, I'll get people in my inbox saying, what's the deal? Like, what's wrong? Where's my motivation? Like, blase, blase. I always keep it classy. So if you go on there, you'll see that there's nothing negative. I don't discuss politics. I don't discuss race. Anything that would turn somebody off, it's not on my Facebook. I work mainly off of my personal page. I did just set up a like page. So I'm going to slowly, bring it over that way, because I don't put personal stuff on my Facebook at all, because I use it solely for my business as a vehicle. So occasionally I'll put pictures of my children, just so people know that I'm not like this workout machine and monster, and I still am like a regular person. And I'm very creative. So in every post and picture that you'll see, there's something behind it. So literally, I've crafted it. I've thought about it. It's a setup. I'm going to be very honest. It is a setup. So And with you, my suggestion would be you have to find your own message and your own style, because what I do is not going to work for you. So that's going to be the hardest part. But once you find it, you have to own it. So for me, it's, being very passionate, being very honest with a little bit of humor, because I'm very goofy, and that's okay. And people like it, right? So finding prospects. Basically, I have two main areas. One is I use social media, and two, I found that, institutions are like golden. So for social media, you got your hot, your warm, your cold. And then my main institutions are going to be the military bases, schools, and believe it or not, gyms. So with the social media, for the hot market, basically, I'm not really selling them a product. I'm just being straight up like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Please support me. You're my friend. Like, be a friend. Let's go. And honestly, like, my dad was the hardest person ever to sign in my life, because he had so many questions, and I felt like, dude, you're my dad. Like, just buy it. Like, shut up. Don't ask me nothing. But so your family may have some issues, because honestly, they already know you. So when you're going into this, they already have like a vision of you. So they may, believe it or not be the best supporters of you, and you can't be discouraged of that, because they just don't see you as that person yet, right? Because you haven't evolved into that person. So just don't feel discouraged, because at some point they should come around. And then for the warm market, that's most of my social media, someone that, I've known from elementary school or one of my past duty stations. So this is when the rapport is really helping. But at some point, like, I'm going to run out of friends. Like, it's just going to happen. So this is where I've actually recently ventured into the cold market. And you will be very surprised when I tell you that your cold market is probably your easiest. And the reason being is because you can be whoever you want to be. You just have to radiate your confidence and just be a boss and be about your business. And those people will, come to you and respect you as a business person and as a coach and what you have to offer. And as long as you believe in yourself, then they're going to believe in you. So in the past week and a half, I have sold 4 challenge packs to cold market. And when I say cold, I mean like cold. Like, I don't know them from anything. One lady, it was amazing. Like, I totally had a freak out moment, because I met her and literally within 15 minutes she signed up. And she's like, I'm ready, let's go. And then the other one, she was like, okay, I'm going to sign up on payday. And she was like, wait, I'm a twin. I have a sister, so she wants to do it too. And I was like, sweet, 2 for 1. So you can really just fake it until you make it, because all you have to do is find those people in need. So what I have done is I am a total social media lurker, and I'm like the predator of opportunity, I guess you could say. And I found myself added to a bunch of groups. And at first it kind of pissed me off, and I was kind of annoyed because my notifications were blowing up on this group that I got added to, and it was just driving me crazy. And I was going to leave, because I was like, nobody asked me to join this. Like, what is this? So I started to go in there, and as I'm, on the prowl lurking, I'm seeing some women posting pictures of their weight loss. And this is not a weight loss group. Okay. So they're posting pictures of their weight loss, and there's like 100,000 people in this group, and they're like, oh my goodness, what did you do? I need this, blah, blah, blah. And here's Melissa. I'm emailing those people. I'm hitting them up. Hey, this is me. This is what I do. This is what I can offer. Are you interested in a challenge? Boom. So, I may send out 20 of those, and half of them, will ignore me. Maybe because it's weird. They're creeped out, or maybe because it's in their junk box. I don't know. And then the other half will respond and be like, sure. And I'll say, what's your email address? And then I'll shoot them some information. And I'll be like, well, what did you think? It's exciting. It's pretty cool, huh? And then they'll either ignore me again, or they'll be like, yes. And then we go from there. So your cold market is something you have to be very comfortable with. And even then, like, it's cold on the internet. So it's not hard. Like, it's really not intimidating. You would just, like, your mind would be blown once you get comfortable with it. Like, it's nothing. Like, it's not a big deal. And there's so many people out there that need help, and they're behind a computer too. So you can, like, reach them. In the team call last week, there's 330 million people in Canada and the US. That is our market. That is a lot of people. So nobody can ever say, you know, I can't find somebody. Because 219 million of those people in the US and Canada are on Facebook. And on Instagram, there's 111 million Americans. So that's a lot of people waiting for us. All right, so social media, as I was saying, like, this is examples of what I use. So I'm telling you that I'm transparent, right? A little bit of humor. You see the amount of likes I get. So typically, per every picture that I post, I'll get somebody's interest. So that's a pretty good average, but you see I quoted Maya Angelou, like, it's inspirational, it's positive. The middle one is me being very transparent and sharing my journey, because this really is my lowest weight since I've been in the Navy. I've been in the Navy, 10 years. So that's a big deal, right? So I'm showing the proof of that. So, all right, so moving away from social media, for institutions, a lot of you may live close to a military base. And I'm going to tell you this because I'm in the Navy, and a lot of people in here who are previous active duty can attest. The people in the Navy or in the Army or whatever, they're not in the best shape. Like, you would think they would be, but they're really not. So these people typically only work out around twice a year, and that's for their PT test time. And that's it. So if you can kind of get it in on the base around, 1 to 2 months ahead of whenever that cycle is, that is a gold mine. Because, hello, discount coaches, that's money right there. Even if you can just get a couple of people that from the base, like, somehow you're going to have to infiltrate that. And there's military bases wherever. Schools. So if you can see this data sheet right here, I borrowed from a lady who's in this group, and I just tweaked it a little bit. I dropped these off at schools at the front desk, and I have them put it in their, I guess you call it, like, break room or whatever, and I have them fill it out, and then I'll pick it up. And at this point, I have their email, their phone number, their name, and what they're interested in. And then guess what? They get my newsletter. So they're getting my mail from this point on, and I'm reaching out to them, and hopefully they're interested. This sheet is also what I use if I'm doing, like, a raffle at a vendor booth. So Sarah, gave me this idea to go and do the booths and offer the raffle. And I just paid $25 for the table at the school. And then I was there, and I had flyers and pamphlets and stuff like that. So I got a lot of names to add to my distro. And another institution was gyms. So you may be like, why would I go to a gym? Because I'm competing, with all these fitness people. But actually, some people first of all, I found coaches in the gym, because I'm like, hey, you're in shape. You love fitness. How about you do what I do? Because obviously you know what you're doing. And they're kind of like, what? Me? Because they're people too. They're not like these monsters. So, and also you have the people that are sitting there an hour at a time on elliptical, not losing any weight, or they've hit a plateau, or they're not eating right. So they're kind of like wasting their time in the gym. So I'll approach them too. I'll just start a conversation with them about their pants or their shoes, or, what they're doing and how long they've been coming. Are they liking their results? And then that's my in. And then I just have my business card, and then it's go time from there, right? I get their information, and then it's good. So just some tips. When I say, like, boss up, what I have found is to be extremely organized, because the amount of people that I contact throughout the day, if I like forget stuff, then I may have lost like a prospect. So it's extremely crucial to be on top of stuff. Also, you really need to use your tools. So I can spend hours in, the coach's office online, because there's so much stuff in there. If you go into the sales and marketing and just learn your products, and they have the FAQs, and there's that, you could just literally get lost in there. Just learn your business, because the more you learn, the more comfortable it's going to be for you. So if people are saying, oh, I got this foot problem, and you're trying to think of what workout, would work best for them, then you would be able to spit it off the tongue. Be thinking about, if you're running a challenge groups, be projecting, for next month. Okay, next month I'm going to do 21-day fix. I'm going to, research about the color containers and the portion sizes and what the workouts consist of, and just be like ahead of the game. As far as be clear, sometimes it's very confusing to them, because if you say you're a coach, they're like, oh, like you're a personal trainer and you're gonna come to my house, and you have to be like, look, this is what I can do for you. All right, these are my limitations. This is how it works. This is, the amount of success I've had in the past, and then this is what I need you to do. So if you're direct and clear, then it's less, room. There's nothing cloudy, so they understand it and they comprehend it, and then you can go from there. Also, you got to be confident, because if you're not confident, then they're going to know, and nobody's going to want to sign up to anyone who doesn't even believe in themselves. Because if they're going to sit there and, spend time and money on this, like, they are trusting you first before the product, because they know nothing about the product. All they know is you. So you have to honestly sell yourself. You need to show content. So after this slideshow, I'll back up and show you my newsletter. I treat this very serious. So I sit there and I create a newsletter, and then I'll create like a mid-month update. And in the newsletter, as I show you, like, I'll just break down some, facts about the product, and maybe some information about the challenge group, or etc. And I'll include some attachments on the email, something visually, because they need to see that. Be prepared. So, of course, if you're prepared, you're going to be successful, and you always need to be professional. When I close, typically I can see, like, I can get them excited and pumped up and amped, and get them to enroll pretty fast, unless, like, legit they're like, okay, on the paycheck, I'm going to do this. So if that's the case, of course, we're never going to send that link and then have to look crazy and hunt them down talking about, did you finish? Did you finish? Because then you look like desperate, and you don't want to look desperate, right? We don't want to look like, oh, I need you so bad, because that's a turnoff. So I'm never going to send the link unless they're like right there, ready to go. So let's just say they're not, and they're in the military, and they're like, look, I get paid on the 15th because the 1st is when I pay my mortgage. I'm like, okay, that's great. So I'm going to call you on the 15th, and then we're going to enroll. And I'll say, until then, I need you to do blah, 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 and you need to prepare. And I write it down on a calendar, and I remember. And I continue to maintain that rapport until the date. So I'll be like, okay, typically we start on a Monday. Are you going to be able to food prep? Do you understand portion control? Maybe I'll add them to my challenge group a little bit early, so they can get a feel of what's going on in there. And they're like, oh man, it's cool. I want to get involved in that. Maybe since I've added them, I'm talking about the other people's success in that group, And you want to continue to show substance. So this person's already like committed to you, but you don't want to turn them off in the meantime. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my newsletter. Sarah, thumbs up. Can you see my newsletter? All right, cool. So this was the one that I made for April. So I'm just breaking down some of the stuff. When I attach the email in the coach's office, you'll see the Shakeology ingredients list. And it's pretty cool because it's a lot of stuff, but it's also very confusing, especially depending on who your market is, and they might be confused. So me, as I see this phytonutrient, I'm like, what the fuck is that? I don't know, right? So I sit there and I literally like went to WebMD and I broke, Gina's laughing at me, and I broke it down because, okay, that makes sense. I know what that is now, you know? So then maybe they're like, this is cool. And then wheatgrass is in it. So I'm like, okay, this is what the benefits of wheatgrass is, because the people that I'm marketing to are not going to be the people that go into the juice bar and get the wheatgrass shots. Like, it's not going to be them. So they're going to be super confused and they're not going to want to commit. I'm also showing some of the results from March, right? So this is Cynthia, who, by the way, is a coach and is super awesome. And she lost a lot of weight doing hammer chisel. So this is a real life person. And I of course, I asked her permission and she was cool with it. And boom, there's a picture. So 58.5 pounds. We had like 10 people. So in my opinion, that was pretty cool, right? So that's also one of my selling points. When I'm reaching out to people, I'm like, hey, last month we lost almost 60 pounds. So this was my challenge group this month. I actually have more people than that. And I think there's like 50 something people. So it's like an insane amount. But I'm just putting out the rules. And then I just talked about, you know, the challenge packs. If you haven't seen it, this is the what's in Shakeology and how it works. So it's pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff in there. So what I would do each month is I would break down, you know, some other stuff, because this adaptogen herbs, like, who knows what that is, but I'm going to figure it out and I'm going to be able to relate it to people, right? And then there's the survey. I put that in there with the email too. All right, I'm going to stop sharing. And then hopefully you can see me. Can you see me? Sarah, yeah?
Yes. So thank you, Melissa. And you guys, if you don't know Melissa, I should have gave her a better introduction. You would think that she's been coaching for years, right? She sounds like super professional, like she knows what she's doing. She blows my mind. Let me tell you, I've been doing this for a long time. And like I said, she's only been a coach for a little over 2 months, right, Melissa?
Yeah, almost 2 months.
Yeah, just killing it. Like Success Club 100, like on the first day of the month. I'm just kidding. More like Success Club 5. But she found a system that works for her, and it's very duplicatable. So we're going to open up questions, okay? And don't be shy. You take advantage of this chick right here. You rock, Melissa.
Sorry, I cuss.
Oh, I don't mind. That's fine.
No questions?
Yes, 2 months. She's been a coach for 2 months. It blows my mind. She's learned. She's on my team somewhere in the downline, and she held the same call for us last week. And I was just like, how the heck did she learn all this in 2 months, which took me like years to get? And on top of that, I'm just going to toot your horn. She doesn't like when I talk about her, by the way. She's uncomfortable. But you're amazing, Melissa. She's DIE certified. She held a booth. She hosted a booth venue thingy. She's done everything underneath the sun that coaches take forever to do. And some coaches that I know that have been in as long as me, they have yet to do what she's done. So it doesn't surprise me knowing what she's invested herself in, why she's naturally attracting success, because she is a walking success. So got 5 minutes. I really want you guys to ask questions. Anything.
Melissa,
Yeah.
how do you stay organized? We all have our different methods, notebooks and spreadsheets, but since you were successful so fast, how do you keep your stuff organized And how do you move your people along through your lists? Because it seems to me that you're moving very fast. How are you able to control your time and your lists?
So I probably do the same thing, right? So I have a notebook. I have a computer job during the day. So I have a calendar like that has the blocks in it. And I write down people's names in the calendar, especially like days I need to follow up with them. I'm like, okay, this person, boom, this is when I'm enrolling. I have people's names on a piece of paper and I'm crossing them off.
Okay. Like this, Melissa? You have something like this?
I have a big one on my desk.
Okay.
That's a great question. Are you typically an organized person?
It depends. My car looks like shit, so not my car, but like,
Inside, it's a mess.
it depends what it is, I guess.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Sorry. So your newsletters, what program do you use to create them?
That's PowerPoint.
Oh, okay.
The only thing is some people, if they try to open it on their phone, they might not be able to, depending.
Okay.
But PowerPoint is simple, and then you can make it pretty.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
You can also save your PowerPoint as a JPEG, so it might work on the phone that way.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can save a PowerPoint as a JPEG, or if you have a Mac, you can just simply screenshot it like that too. If you have a Mac.
I do. I don't know how to use it.
3 minutes. Oh, there's a lot of people on here.
Has everyone looked at the marketing tools in the back office? Because I showed this to someone the other day and they didn't see it. Like the trifold one. There's like a plethora of information in there. And I'm always like getting stuff printed, and there's always Groupons or coupons. So this will cost that much. And of course, you should all have business cards. Mine don't say Beachbody because I don't like to scare people. I just made it myself. I got $250 for like $30, but I know a lot of the ladies in here have somebody that they go through.
Where did you say the flyers were?
They're under the sales and marketing in the coach's office. And a lot of information about your workout programs are going to be in there too. And if you're doing a challenge group, like it'll have like day for day what you can put in. Like if you're doing hardcore, it'll say day 1, put this picture in or whatever.
So everybody's good on prospecting. You guys know where to go to find people online and in person?
I went to Whole Foods today and I was prospecting. You can do it anywhere.
How would you do that when you're out in public?
So
Would you talk to someone and be like, hey, you look like you could, like,
no, I don't say, hey, you need to lose weight. Like, that doesn't happen. I mean, I'm comfortable with approaching people randomly, so I might just like walk by them. Like I was in the grocery store and they were looking at yogurt, and you could tell that they were kind of confused or they were trying to start a diet or something. So I just started a conversation like, oh, you should try the Greek yogurt because, you know, it's low sugar because yogurt has hidden sugar. And they looked at me kind of like, And I was like, yeah, I'm an independent wellness coach. And they were like, what? And then, you know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you're freaking awesome.
Yeah.
You got better lines than me.
I'm crafty.
Do you use a certain program to keep track of your email list so you are able to send out a mass email with your newsletter? Cheryl wants to know.
So I just have Gmail, and I added everyone's name to a list. It's called like wellness group or whatever. I just add them all to the group. So they're all just going to get it. And if they don't want it, then they can email me and tell me to remove me, or they could just not read it and delete it. Like, I don't care.
Good.
And do you like BCC all of your emails so they don't see each other? Like, so they feel like it's being personalized to them, like to them individually? Or is it like a mass email?
Nope, I just send it. I started to do the BCC, but honestly, I'm like computer illiterate. So I was like, Christiane's laughing at me. Computers to me is like a no-no.
Okay, well, it's 6:01. I'm pretty sure you guys got value. And Melissa, you're freaking awesome. I have so many words for you, but I'll save it for
Please.
when I do in person. Huh?
I said, please save it.
I'm not saving it. Beyonce.
Beyonce. It's like, Melissa, you're awesome. Any other questions? You guys are doing great, by the way. All of you guys that are in the DETS group, yeah, you guys are like really supporting each other, and I love it.
I just want to say that I think what I got from the call is that you have like all your systems in place, but the biggest thing is that you're just getting out there and doing it. Like you're just talking to people and not holding back, and that's the big. It's not about what email system you use or any. It's just like getting out there and not being afraid and just talking to everybody.
Right.
But then being consistent and organized with it while you do it. So.
Okay. Awesome. You have any last words, Melissa? Because you can end the call.
No, thank you. Yeah. Thanks for everyone listening to me ramble for 30 minutes. It's great.
You did great. I'm
If
so
you guys
proud of
want-
you.
Yeah, you could add me on Facebook if you want to like lurk and spy and see what's going on. Like, go for it. I don't care.
Hit the follow button.
Yeah. So,
The stalker.
all right. You want me to hang up?
You can. I have like separation anxiety, so I always wait till people just click out.
Okay. Well, I'm going to hang up now. So you guys have a nice night.
Good night, ladies.
Thank you.
Bye.